small reading, and I want to enter it. I've been thinking all week about how to enter this reading. The Samaritan woman. So, when the 12 tribes of Israel entered the promised land there, so it's Passover week, it's Passover time, they come out of Egypt. They do not enter right away. They do what a lot of people do for 40 years, they wandered. 40 years, it's a next generation. There's a disobedience there. So it's a whole nother generation. They come in across the Jordan. They come in, and where they come in, there's these big mountains. It's a pass. So they come in from the south, coming north, and now they're going to turn back in. And so there's a pass between the two mountain heads, and that's a major pass. And at that pass is going to be one of these wells as well. It's going to be on the right hand side of the pass. It's going to be on the northern boundaries. It's the beginning of the north. When they enter, actually, half the tribes are going to stand on one mountain, the other half the tribes are going to stand on the other mountain. And the Levites are going to be in the middle, and they're going to shout out these blessings, and they're going to shout out these curses. And they're going to repeat them back to each other. So if you can imagine some big football field or something, or big armies or something, things are getting ready to pick up. And so this is a big dedication ceremony, and this is an important spot. This is Jacob's well, this area. And it's also important because one needs to know the history of Israel, the north and the south, to know why this Samaritan woman is there. Why Jesus Christ is talking to her, and why there's no way anybody's going to talk to her. She's a woman. She's a Samaritan woman. I mean, why would this not even imaginable to talk to her? But it's such an elegant passage. It's so important that Jesus Christ sits here and he has this conversation. And it's kind of hard to imagine to have a conversation with someone that you've wanted to have a conversation with them for a long time. And the way John writes and the way the Bible is presented is that this conversation has been waited for a long time. Centuries, a long, long time. Because if back when David united, the tribes were united under David. First it was Saul, short reign, then David. And the first thing David does is he says, let's get a head count of all the tribes now, because David's Judah. Let's get a head count of all of Israel. Let's get a head count, a census. There's only two reasons for a census. One, how many militia, he's a professional army. David's been a professional army. How many men of fighting age? And how much taxes are we going to levy to pay for it? Because we are going to, kick some, we're going to expand. This was abhorrent to his generals. David did this, and you can read all about that. Well, anyway, after all that settles down, David talks about, everything's at peace, at rest. I'm going to build a temple. The Lord says, whoa, are you the one? You shed too much blood. No, you're not going to build a house for me. It goes to Solomon. Solomon is nice. Solomon's a bright guy. People come and gather. There's peaceful. There's prosperity. Solomon starts marrying out all these different nationalities. He builds temples for the gods of these new wives. Lord God takes the kingdom away from Solomon's son. So the grandchild, it's just a short united dynasty. Now it's split. But as humans do, whenever we say, okay, the Lord's on our side, the Lord's done something, and now those are split, well, the north went ahead and did their own thing. They set up cows to worship. Samaria kissed the cow. When you read about it, hear the term kiss the cow. That's a Samaritan thing, kiss the cow. But if you look at history, and you know history, and you think about, and this is going to be one of those awful terms, human trafficking, sex trade. You think about those things, and you think about the history of the north, that's what's going to happen. They're going to be taken over. The Assyrians are going to take them out. Life is going to be bad. They're going to be deported. Men are going to be killed. The women are going to then become new wives. They're going to bear different children, and they're going to have different gods. And it's just going to be all messed up for the next hundreds of years. They do get deported back, and they end up becoming a mixed population that's called Samaritans. And it's like, we're not going to have anything to do with you because we don't know the gene pool that you've been in, or we don't know what gods you've been mixing with. We don't know that much about you, but we know who we are, and so we can't get rid of you because we're now not a power in the neighborhood anymore, because there's now different powers. Babylonians are the powers, or the Persians are the powers. Cyrus the Great are the powers, or now Syria is the power. Now the Romans are the power. It all changes. You can look at these as different husbands. You've had 5 husbands. Because these gods use the word master or husband, and if you look at the way the language is written, it can be, you've had 5 husbands, and the one you're living with now is not your husband. Of course not. The one now is going to be Rome. Or you can look at it as a woman, and this is her life, and her life has been pretty rough. Doesn't matter. Jesus Christ has been wanting to have this conversation for a long time. Jesus Christ has been sent to complete his Father's work, to accomplish his Father's work. And it's been in this holding pattern for a long time. The holding pattern is because people want, then and now, autonomy, free will. People want that. And we do that. And things really get complicated. Our lives really get complicated, and our lives don't move forward. So the last few weeks I've been talking about Plato's Timaeus. And Timaeus, and there's this wonderful introduction in Timaeus. He talks about being and becoming. And in that being and becoming, he's kind of working through it. He talks about that there are a lot of things that fall off, perishing. So we get perishing, we get the same term and understanding in our scriptures, and we always think of perishing as the Lord God and the wrath of God and all this stuff being destroyed. But really, it's just falling by the waysides. It's kind of the husk. It's kind of that which isn't what we want. There's a lot that's going to perish over time, and that's about all peoples everywhere. There's a lot that's not important. When Jesus Christ comes to accomplish his Father's work, this is what's important. This is what we're going to do. And go and fetch your husband. Go bring the one that you're with now, and we'll talk about this. Why is she there at noon? It's kind of one of those odd things. You're there at noon because you don't want to hear all the chatter from all the other women at the wells. The women go gather water in the mornings, and if you're an outcast and you don't want to hear it, I mean, I'm not an outcast, but I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear a lot of chatter about my past sins, about my past life, you know. I don't want to hear about all that stuff. Actually, I've repented for most of that. I don't need to always, are we going to have that same conversation? Is that how it's, so she has to go at noon. And it's hot at noon. That's not a good time to go, but that's why she's there at noon. And she'd love to not have to come anymore, but it's going to go deeper than that. It's going to be more in depth than that. This is a wonderful work. It's an elegant work, and it's a powerful work. Jesus Christ, he's already cleansed the temple in John's account for the first time. He's really made a mess in Jerusalem, and they haven't arrested him. That was the first Passover, and now he's kind of moved out of town a little bit, and he's on the Jordan, and he's gotten word that now his disciples are baptizing more than John's disciples. So if you ever listen up to politics, you ever listen up to how you have an opposition beginning to form, Jesus Christ knows it's not time for a major confrontation. So he starts moving back north. And that's where most of his public ministry is going to be. It's in the north. The north is important to know that it's going to be Israel. Old Testament is going to be Israel. Israel's usually the north. It can be all of them, but it's usually the north in the writings of the prophets. Ephraim. It's called Ephraim lots of times. Ephraim is Joseph's youngest son. Joseph, who went to Egypt, has two sons, Manasseh and Ephraim. The youngest one is Ephraim, but Father Jacob blesses Ephraim. Ephraim's important. This woman of Samaria is important to Jesus Christ. And that's probably the hardest thing to get a hold of. Is that she is probably not very important to anybody else. But she's important to Jesus Christ. She and who she is and the life that she's living in Jesus Christ's public ministry, she's important. So important that the Holy Spirit arranges this meetup. That your life is getting ready to change. It's already ready to change. And John's going to take us through it. He'll take us to the Passover. And it'll be a time where Jesus has to do it alone. The work between him and his Father, that Passover week is a work that human beings really can't comprehend. So Paul, in his letters, he gives a legal interpretation. And so if you ever get a headache reading Paul or reading Romans, this is a lot of legalese of how he's working through it. Old Testament does that. It's a time where it's the beginning of writing. It's a time when there's the beginning of laws and structures. It's a time where it's the beginning of reason and how these things work out. But it's also a time of mythologies, and it's a time there's an old thing falling away and a new thing coming on. And where does it all meet? It'll meet in Jesus Christ. Because what he does is a public work for all witnesses. And that's what we have here, the accounts. And all of that is the work of God, the Father, the Son,